And you know how Steppin with Marcus J live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We rolling with y'all. We appreciate everybody that's listening to the show this evening. Special thank you to our sister Tony, who we just lost at the end of that last segment, but we appreciate her being here with us tonight. Shout out to those folks right now listening to the show on TuneIn and on Streamer. Thank you to those folks that are listening to the replays right now on YouTube as well as on iTunes. Y'all rocking with us. We rolling with y'all. So we appreciate it. At this time of the show, I'm going to turn over the microphone to him.
Him has a name, sir.
Do I have to use it?
Him downstairs.
Yes.
Do I have to, like, be nice to you?
I mean, you need to say my name.
Say my name, say my name.
Yeah, that was covered.
Big Roof's got a round table. What you got, bro?
All right. It's roundtable time. It's been a little bit since I've been here, so I had to make sure I come with enough stuff to entertain. 804-422, I can't remember the number.
893.
893.
For real? Really?
It's been 6 weeks, yo. Get off my case.
You don't know the phone number?
Between that and my arm, I don't know a lot.
804-402
2893.
2893.
Calm down. He's so angry.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So call in if you got a message. Hit us up on the Facebook if you want to say something but too scared to call in. And I think we're still waiting for a call to call in. I don't know. Maybe not. You know?
Mystery caller is going to be calling in at some point.
Yeah. Terrible. So, word on the street is made official today. There will be, I swear, it will be 10, after it's all said and done, Fast and the Furious movies.
Yes, I seen that.
Wow.
2017, 2019, 2021. How much more Fast and the Furious can we get? I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan. You know, I'm a fan of Fast and Furious and stuff like that. You know, I believe that the one for next year is almost done, so they got to take it to production and stuff like that. But really, and I want everybody to get a chance at this. We'll start with Tasha, because she's the lady in the room. Fast and the Furious. 10 Fast and the Furious. Are you just waiting at the edge of your seat to see how these last three go out?
No.
Not
Why?
a fan?
Why? What was the last one? 7, 6? What was
Seven.
it? 7?
Fast 7.
Yeah.
Why?
You don't like Fast and Furious?
I love Fast and Furious series. I really do. I've seen every movie.
But
really, where else we gonna race cars at? Like,
that's good.
Where else
That's
we
a
gonna
very
go?
good point.
We've been to the Dominican. We've been to England. Where else we been? We've been
You
everywhere.
know where we haven't been?
L.A. We've been everywhere.
We haven't been to New York.
Haven't been to New York, but
I'm pretty sure
in New York.
they're going to do it some point in time.
But it's like we've been to Miami. Like where
Do we really count the
come
one in Miami?
on. Like, as much as I love to see Tyrese with his chocolatey self.
Jesus.
Hey, Ty, call me.
Did we just do that?
Yeah, really.
We did that.
We
I
did.
mean, that's,
We're
we just talked.
minutes.
We just
Sorry.
talked about why people like kill people, kill this and every other. And you out here talking about, hey Tyrese, give me a call. Your husband's probably like, you know what?
Yeah.
He can give you a call, all right. He can call you in the morning.
Everybody
It
loves
says
a little
video.
chocolate milk dud, man. Call me. But look,
Why you gotta be chocolate?
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
I mean, I've seen him in Baby Boy, which is probably the worst movie ever.
Lies.
Jody.
Lies, Jody. Oh, what? God bless America.
Yes, I love that movie. But anyway,
God, dude, so
I don't think
terrible.
everything needs multiple sequels. Like, come on, edit. Like, Paul Walker,
I
God
was
rest
just
his soul.
about to say that. I don't even want to see
He
it.
gone. Like, come on, man.
I don't even know how they're going to play it around that man.
Yeah. Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
I mean, yeah, you got to move on. It's just what it is.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but what they gonna do? I mean, like, can they hold it down without him? I mean, who's gonna save Van Diesel at the end? It was always Paul Walker. That was the balance.
2 decades, 10 films, 1 saga.
Y'all out y'all damn mind.
Oh, this could be off the chain.
I will be there. I'm so going to be there. They can make 20 Fast and Furious movies. Do you mean to tell me that you, because of one dude, and Paul Walker was actually one of my favorite actors, not just in the Fast and Furious movies. Like, I think folks should really go and look at his catalog of movies. Like, the dude was real dope. Like, he was real dope.
Yeah.
But that being said, like, the ensemble that has been created around Fast and Furious allows for a person or two to be missing. And to be honest with you, Tokyo Drift, you can say what you want, was an underrated movie.
Tokyo Drift was hot.
It was very underrated. It was very underrated.
right.
It was okay.
And I like how they tied it back in
yeah.
Well,
to the
Han.
franchise.
They made it so that it wasn't a throwaway movie.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I like Paul Walker. I thought that, it would be difficult for them to move on without him. But the truth of the matter is, the way they concluded the final, his final appearance, makes it so that they can retire. I think they used the phrase "retire the character," and let's move on. I mean, picked up The Rock. You got Jason Statham. You got Vin Diesel, and you got that guy or something that she likes. Yeah, him and Ludacris. I mean, you got enough people that you can carry the load, and then you add a couple of the women. They talking about bringing Eva Mendes back. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they can do, and it's not a lot of movies that can have that many movies, but the truth of the matter is they make more money with every release,
Right.
which is really probably the driving factor
which
behind
I was
this.
going to get into.
Okay, I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead.
The series as a whole has raked in nearly $4 billion in the box office.
With a B.
And, last year, Furious 7, $147 million box office opening in April, and it brought $1.5 billion of ticket sales. So they've had 7. And this one movie brought in a quarter of the $4 billion. Why wouldn't you make more?
It would be smart business not to.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, after what
I
Star
get it.
Wars Force Awakens did, you might see 10 more Star Wars movies.
Yeah, you at least gonna see 2-3 more.
Yeah.
And
You
on top
definitely-
of that, 75% of the people who came to Fury 7 opening weekend were not white.
Yeah.
So we'll just toss that in there. And I'm mad that her face went some kind of way when you said Eva Mendes. Like Eva Mendes is ugly or something.
No. Eva Mendes is very hot.
Yes.
However, my face was for you because I said, "Hey, Ty," and then you was like, "Oh yes, Eva Mendes."
I mean, because I'm single
Let's
and you
bring her
married.
back.
I can do that. I'm not going to get cut when I get home.
Neither am I. Let's keep
But
it
the
clear.
potential
Neither
is
am
real.
I. Oh no, the potential is not real.
Oh my
Believe
goodness, that was funny. She said, "Comma." that was hilarious.
It's a healthy attraction.
but you know what they need to do? Actually, since we're on the subject, like I think they find a sister, put a sister in there.
Word.
Well, they put one in last year.
Shania Lathan.
Ooh, what, hold on,
Sarah Lathan was not in that.
No, I'm saying if they're
That
gonna
chick,
put one in
wasn't she
there.
black?
Oh,
what chick?
who?
The chick who did the satellite thing, the smart girl that they rescued.
Oh yeah, I think.
British. That don't
But
count.
that don't mean she won't black.
Or they could put
Oh,
Zoe.
okay.
I
Zoe
mean,
can play
Idris
that,
Elba is
playing
British,
there,
but
too.
he is
Who is
black as the midnight.
Who was Colombiana? Put Colombiana. in.
Zoe Saldana.
That was Colombiana.
Yeah.
Put that,
Yeah.
yo. Not how she looked. I mean, I don't trip off how she looked.
But she played that part.
She way too skinny for my taste. But
She played that part.
Colombiana was
Yeah,
so
she played
dope,
that
yo.
part. Zoe, she was
Yo,
off the chain.
when you got a woman that's got a machine gun and she in her panties, I mean,
Oh.
for real,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
what?
how
Panties
she
and a
trained them
wife beater.
dogs.
Like,
Panties and a
what?
wife beater.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my
And for
god.
those of you-
Yes.
And for those of you who watch Colombiana, you need to watch The Losers because that's where she first started.
Yeah.
And
That was a good movie,
I
too.
mean, a chick with a rocket launcher. Come on now, man.
Yeah, man.
I
Makes you
love
wanna-
a chick who get on a movie and just kick some.
Oh,
But
that's the way I am. Like
that's
when I
the
watch
sexiest thing on earth.
when I watch TV shows, man, I the first thing I need to see, I don't care if she's pretty. I'd like her to be. I don't want her to be funny looking, but I just need her to be badass.
Yeah.
If she
Right.
can be badass and like beat up dudes, I'm like, word, I can rock with you.
Yep.
Whatnot.
So, last year, somebody won $63 million out of the lottery. However, their ticket looked jacked up like this.
Oh.
So, they sued. A man claims he bought a $63 million ticket in California Isui said he was told that the ticket was too damaged and disallowed for the jackpot. And he bought it somewhere in Chatsworth, California. He bought a ticket to lottery officials and was given a congratulatory note along with a photocopy of his ticket. In January, he received a follow-up note saying his ticket was too damaged to be reconstructed. I mean, first of all, you gave your $63 million ticket just to any old buddy.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's worth $63 million. Lump sum value is $39.9 mil. The largest unclaimed prize in California lottery history. And lottery official says they never received his claim. Hold on, dog. So you gave, once again, I go back. You gave your ticket to somebody. You received a photocopy of your ticket. And now the 7-Eleven employee said that the ticket was, quote, torn, washed, and a little burned. You can't see the numbers. You can't even read the barcode. And as in the studio, there's a copy of this ticket that looks real terrible and stuff like that. So the thing about it is, you know, what's up? You gonna give him my money? That's what it's all about. So he got to sue to get his money. And what do y'all think? I mean, first of all, would you have given your ticket just to any old body?
Nobody. Nobody would have touched that ticket.
Didn't they see lottery ticket?
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
Nobody would have touched my ticket.
First, you signed that joint.
It's not gonna happen.
You signed that joint,
Yeah.
and then I need to see the person in charge of the lottery system.
Yeah.
$63 million? Yo, that's your life, son.
Yeah.
It's your life. And he just gave it to any old body. And
That ain't the part that I'm tripping off of. The part that I'm tripping off is what is wrong with your life that your lottery ticket looks like that? Like, don't you have a safe place for you to
Yeah.
put your lottery ticket? Like,
Yeah.
this is...
that joint looks messed up, doesn't it?
I mean, I'm not even going to comment on what that looks like. For those folks who can't see it, obviously you can because this ain't TV. you know, but this lottery ticket, it's a hot mess. It's a freaking mess.
It almost looked like he washed it.
It does kind of look like that. It looks like it's got burn marks on
Yeah.
it, and you know, it's just a
Look at
mess.
my old
And,
thing.
you
I would have
know,
had
it
that
looks-
thing in a plastic bag in a safe
I mean,
somewhere.
I went through a phase in my life where I was literally spending far too much money on lottery tickets, and you know, every once in a while, now I may buy, a ticket from time to time if I get a feeling, but I always took care of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't. Like, if you hit, you do realize that you got to prove that you hit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and your proof is this,
Gotta be legit.
Is this,
This
And
ticket.
you gotta be able to see it. And this looks like,
man, please.
you know, I washed it in the toilet.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah.
but the thing about it is,
Can't believe you just said that. Yeah.
one person's actually making out good on this. One person's making out good. The store owner. Store owner gets $315,000 for selling the winning lottery ticket.
Yeah, because they can prove the ticket was sold. They just
Yeah.
can't prove that that's the
Right.
winning ticket. If I'm
Get
understanding
out.
that right. Yeah, because
So he don't care. He don't care if he changed it. I can get his money.
You couldn't care less.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because the seller gets a percentage of the winnings regardless of if the winner comes forward. And so whatever that percentage is, they're going to get it because you can prove that the ticket was sold here.
Yep.
You know, so if Genius guy, destroys his ticket and never claims his winnings, don't matter to me as the seller.
Because you getting yours anyway.
You getting yours anyway.
I
And
need to get a convenience store.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. Do you have any idea how much money you can make for a small investment? You kidding me? Especially if you put it in a food desert. Yeah, you need to get a
yeah,
convenience
but you
store.
be working the rest of your life.
Not
Like
if you,
hard.
no, not necessarily. I mean, you got to put the time in the beginning like anything else. But once you get that staff, go, man, please. I know people who don't ever show up to their convenience store. I mean, the convenience stores in the hood where I grew up, man, you never would see them cats. They were somewhere chilling because they had people working for them. So anyway, getting off the subject, but yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, and if it goes unclaimed, all of it goes to California schools. So somebody's about to give a huge donation to the California school system, and they'll find a way to mess it up.
You want to make a donation to the school system? Legalize marijuana. That's what they're doing in Colorado. Yeah, man. That's what they're doing. They raised so much freaking money. They had a surplus of money, and a lot of that money went to the schools. And when they gave so much money to the schools that they had even still more money, they literally were giving grants to people to buy houses.
Wow.
Not loans, grants
Grants.
to people to buy houses.
All because of marijuana.
All because of the taxes that they made off of the legalization of marijuana. Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Shout
mean-
out to Peter Tosh.
Yeah.
Legalize it.
So, for women, it was a big day today. Women in history. Look, I'm so mad about this because I read this and LaKetrona Brunson becomes the first female football head coach in Florida history.
What her name is?
LaKetrona.
Why you make him say that again?
I'm all bad.
The fact that you tripped off for the fact that I made him say it and not the fact that I said what that name is.
You see what I did with?
One outweighed the other.
Shoot.
So they hired her to be the first female head coach in the history of Florida high school football. But the cool thing about this, her assistant coach, Luther Campbell,
Stop playing, yo.
not playing at all.
Wow.
Playing, yo.
Uncle Luke?
Uncle Luke is
Shut
going
up.
to be assistant head coach.
We're not talking about the real Luke Campbell already.
Luther Campbell. That's what it says right
Yeah,
here.
but I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people named Luther Campbell. Let me see this one.
Yo, those practices going to be so live.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
But-
excited.
But however, her name, she's known as Bernice. She's most famous for appearing on the True TV reality program South Beach Toe.
Okay. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
that the
centered
big
on
girl?
Tremont
Yeah.
Toe and his employees.
That's
Yeah.
the big chick with the braids.
Mhm.
She said she revealed she was a huge fan of all sport team in Miami and worked as a teacher and dean of discipline outside appearing on the show. The dude Earl Little, who was a coach last year in Miami Jackson, went 3-6 last season, and he was a former University of Miami NFL player who spent 2 seasons head coach for Steppin down in July. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, those games gonna be hype. They gonna play that and they gonna bust through the paper. Whoa! And she over here doing some stuff that I can't even say on the radio.
That's all right. We got the video rolling.
Stop. Y'all act like a pole just came down from the ceiling. Cut it out.
I got one in the trunk.
Stop.
I got one in my closet.
What? That's why your husband ain't gonna kill you, because you got a pole.
He bought it for me. Anniversary gift. Thanks, babe.
You heard it here first. You want to buy your wife something nice? Get her a pole. 'Cause
benefits
apparently
all of
things
us.
magic happens on the pole. Just clean them things afterwards. That's all
It
I'm saying.
benefits all of us.
My
Whoa,
goodness. Wow.
It don't fit all of us.
I said benefits.
Oh, I thought you said fits all.
No, it definitely don't fit
No,
you.
sir.
And none like me.
No, my goodness.
No.
My goodness.
So it's funny that, for those who don't know, I think Marcus J has talked about it a couple of times. We actually have a TV in here, and right now there's basketball on. It's Duke and Louisville, and it's just so funny that my next thing is about Louisville.
Okay.
So I don't know how familiar y'all about their little recruiting issues that they've had. Well, it came out that when recruits would come to Louisville basketball, they would, the players would take them around and all that nice stuff. And, then you had friends of the program is a good word. That usually works in strip joints. Come and entertain the recruits. Now, and you can take entertain however you want. This is big ESPN thing about, because of course it is illegal at NCAA. It's illegal. You can't give a recruit a stripper. It's just not. Even though they ain't paid for it, you just can't do it.
Darn.
So for like the last 6-7 months, they've been talking about it. And recently, as of last week, Louisville imposed a postseason ban on men's basketball. Now, for those sports people who don't know, they can't go to the NCAA tournament and win a national championship and make a whole lot of money.
Oh, wow.
They can't. because they said, we did some bad stuff. We're admitting to doing some bad stuff. And instead of you, NCAA, coming down on us, we will come down on ourselves. But the problem with this is there are two players who are graduate transfers. So they graduated from a school and they transferred to Louisville to hopefully win a national championship.
Yeah.
Now they can't.
Why is it?
They should leave.
Because they're not going to postseason play. And the only way you can win a national championship, you got to go to the NCAA tournament. So, goes back to all of this crap. These two kids are being punished for something they didn't even do. Now, with that being said, is this fair?
No, but
It's
it
not
is what
fair.
it is.
Is it truly it is what it is? I mean, because I didn't realize that, hey, I ran a red light and hit a car. You know what? Here's my license for 30 days. I can't do that. I can't say, here you go, take this, and I'm good afterwards. So why should they be able to say, hey, you know what? Because of some stuff that happened a long time ago, we're gonna graciously not go to the biggest sports spectacle in the United States and not have the ability to win a national championship. And all these kids who are here who had nothing to do with this is going to suffer because we're stupid. Where's the fairness in that?
I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. It's not fair. It's one of those things where, I'm one of those people who I don't think law and order leaves much room for common sense sometimes. And, if it's the letter of the law that, disqualifies them, then I guess that's where there is what it is kind of thought process comes into play.
Are you self-imposing your own law?
Were they about to get caught?
I mean, clearly they said they gave up because they knew they were about to get caught. And instead of getting harsher,
They fell on their sword.
Instead of possibly getting harsher penalty, they say, "We sorry, we're going to go ahead and just take this penalty ourselves, and it's going to hurt us financially, blah blah blah, and we hope that you don't do anything else to us." I don't know in any other court of law where you can impose your own punishment.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where you do get leniency for it. That's what plea deals are all about. You admit that you did something, and then oftentimes your lawyer will go in and say, he plotted to kill his wife. We're going to give him 9 years instead of 18 since he admitted that he did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's alluding to the fun we had with that story in the last segment. But
Correct.
in all seriousness, it could be something like that. And then the other side says, yeah, all right, the 9 is acceptable.
Cool, and that's great for you. But what about these 15 kids who are here and in college basketball or any sport, we just talked about it at the beginning of the show. You want to be the champion. You want to be number one. Now these kids don't even get a chance to be number one because of other people.
But it's not about them, for real.
Clearly it's not.
It's about the program as a whole. The program fell on their sword because they knew they were about to get caught. In my opinion, they knew they were about to get caught, and they knew that if NCAA imposed the punishment on them, it'll be far more worse than what they did to themselves. So, no, those boys didn't have anything to do with it, and no, it's not fair. But at the end of the day, the athletic director, the boosters, the president of the university, they're not thinking about those boys that are on the team right now. What they are thinking about is the program as a whole, because what they do need are blue chip players.
Yep.
And
Point blank.
And here's the crazy part about it. The NCAA hasn't even given their ruling yet. They could say, okay, that's good. Or they could say, nah, we're going to do it for 3 more years. You're going to owe us $2 million per, they could do worse than this.
Yeah.
So my thing is, why don't you just go ahead and play? Because the worst thing they can do, if they play and then they say, well, you weren't supposed to be there, is quote unquote take it from you, like in the rule books and stuff. But you can't take off a live event.
Nope.
If you give a kid a trophy, you can't just say it never happened. So basically, just my opinion. I think they essed on them. They, screw the kids because it's not about the kids. But then again, if I'm the kids in Louisville, I'm just like, screw this noise.
Yeah,
Why be here?
Yeah, I'll be out.
That's a lot. Like, you gotta transfer and all this other foolishness. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but as a parent,
it is a lot of
foolishness,
foolishness, but they broke their, it's like their contract is an agreement. You do your end, I do my end. You ain't do your end. You sold us down the river.
Right. I understand. I mean, it just seems like a lot.
Yeah. So we're gonna do one more. Then we're gonna take a break. But this one's great. This might be the star of the show right here. So, you go out, you have a little dranky drink. You can't really drive, but you gotta get home.
How am I gonna get home?
Exactly. How you gonna get home? This couple decided, we're gonna go out with the kids and the family and get drunk. Well, how are we gonna get home? I could call Uber. No.
We don't go to Kentucky.
I could get a cab. No. These idiots decide to give their 9-year-old the keys to drive them home.
I read that yesterday.
Because they were too drunk to drive themselves. They allowed their 9-year-old daughter to drive them and their 11-month-old baby. So it's 4 people in this car, and you're just like, hey, little 9-year-old, here the keys, drive us home.
I hate to ask this question.
Yep. No, they ain't black.
Go ahead. No,
They
they're
white.
not.
One was 36, one was 32.
Two white folk.
Two
Yeah.
white folk.
They're like in Kentucky or something like that.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Now,
Milwaukee.
before our white listeners get offended,
Please don't.
let me just translate something for you. It's certain shit y'all do
Yeah,
that we just don't do.
we just don't do. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's stuff that we do that y'all don't do, but that ain't what we talking about.
Yep.
There's certain stories when you hear them,
Yep.
you don't have to ask the question. Like man bitten by shark. You ain't
Yeah.
gotta ask.
You ain't gotta
It ain't
ask.
gonna be
It
black.
ain't gonna be a black dude. So I'm just,
Lies. I ain't going out in that ocean.
yeah, there you go. It is what it is.
So
Brothers can't swim and sisters ain't getting their hair wet.
Preach.
a sheriff's deputy responded to a call by an erratic driver and found that the couple and their children were parked at a boat drop in Polk County, 75 miles northeast of Minneapolis. The deputy arrested the couple when they learned that their 9-year-old daughter was driving them and their baby home in their pickup truck because they were both intoxicated, according to the complaint from the county prosecutor's office. So hold on for a second. So, first of all, the chance of your 9-year-old knowing the phone number to your house, probably about 50%.
About
But
that.
you're going to trust your 9-year-old to take you home?
Absolutely not. That's crazy.
My 9-year-old
That's
wouldn't even make
crazy.
his bed.
And let's say,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it did. I
Tell
mean,
you what you
and
won't do.
it don't take it personally. A 9-year-old girl, so she's probably short. Can she reach the pedals for real? I mean, can she see?
Which is probably why she was driving erratically.
Yeah, and 11-month-old must have been a shotgun.
And let me tell you, that probably was the bright. She was like, "I get to drive." She
Oh,
probably
man,
was
she was
excited.
happy
She
on
was. She probably was on cloud 9.
I-
I'm driving,
You,
but at
I-
the same time, where was they at?
Milwaukee.
Wisconsin?
No, I'm talking about where was they? They was like at a party or something.
Doesn't say.
That was gonna be my question. Like, if you at your people's house and you lit like
Your
that,
peoples are terrible.
Your peoples are
Your
terrible
whole
'cause they
family
let you
nuts.
leave.
Your whole family nuts.
Like, you lit like that, go
Yeah.
grab you a comforter, get you a spot,
Yeah.
get in where
Yeah.
you fit in, and sober up.
But
and
it
have
gets
a nap.
better.
Yep.
It gets better.
Oh God.
Gets better. The female also faces several charges stemming from a fight she had with the paramedics who arrived to help her with a cut on her hand. Suffered when she was snowmobiling earlier in the day. Hold on. So this chick already had a record
She
earlier
crazy.
today.
She nuts.
And then she's like, here, 9-year-old, take me home. Jeez. I mean,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's grounds for taking your kids.
I was
off
about to
top.
say, can you say
know what I'm saying?
neglect?
Like, yeah.
And can you say CPS?
Yeah,
I mean,
all day.
They come into your house and they're snatching your
Who
children.
allows
Yep.
that? This is what they look like. I'm showing them pictures of what they look like.
Oh, good Lord.
Methamphetamines is
Every time the
definitely.
beat drop.
I mean, there is no like you know.
Can you say
know,
stereotype?
Yeah,
Stop.
I mean the reason why you know the next thing I was gonna say is like we all know what the brother looked like. That looked like he stay high off weed.
Yeah.
So we know who that brother is. You know, the most brothers that smoke weed, they can hide. There's
Yeah.
a few like when you see Snoop, you know that he
he's
smokes
high.
weed.
Yeah.
He ain't got to tell you. These
Like when you
people
see
ain't got to
Tyrone
tell.
Biggums?
They ain't got to tell me that they do meth. Like seriously, you ain't got to tell me.
Like Tyrone Biggums, man. You know he do.
Yeah. You ain't got to tell
See
me.
something, Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
My joint.
Like look at the dude, yo. For real, look at the dude, yo. Look at his face.
But here's the greatest thing
He
of all.
looks confused.
This dude ain't got no neck, yo.
Yo, stop it.
He
doesn't.
he
So-
turned all the way around.
And here's the greatest. Yo,
Petty Pendergrass. Cut it out.
I mean, his shirt says Wisconsin fishing map. So there you go.
Okay, with y'all.
They pleaded not guilty at the court on Friday to
Did
charges of recklessly endangering safety and neglecting a child. That's it.
They played not guilty?
No, they said they were guilty.
Oh, I
I mean,
was
they have a
about to say.
choice.
I
You're
was about to
drunk.
say, what
You're
the
drunk.
fuck?
Your 9-year-olds taking you home.
I always like
they-
when you get caught red-handed, you know, and then you go into court and plead not guilty. Like,
Yeah.
I know,
I always,
that was like,
I always
word?
like
Word?
that,
Your
man.
9-year-old was driving like,
I mean,
I always
are
like
you
those
kidding
things.
me right now?